Hey, Captain Logos here, preacher at large, teaching the word and inspiring, 3 minutes at a time. Hey, Luke 20, right? Reading in there, Jesus is confronting some of the Pharisees and the leaders, right? And they're trying to trick him, right? They're doing all these things. And so one of the tricks was they went to ask him a question about whose authority is he preaching by. They're trying to get his authority. But instead of just saying God, he says, whose authority did John the Baptist come from? So all the scholars reasoned with themselves and the leaders, and they're like, oh, we can't answer that. And he says, well, neither can I answer you. You see, they all knew that the people believed that John the Baptist was a prophet and was from God. Right? But here is the Messiah sitting in front of the people that John the Baptist prophesied about, and they don't recognize him. They don't accept him. But they accept John the Baptist. Well, these people didn't. They said the people were uproar against us if we say that he was not of God, John the Baptist. And then it struck me as funny. So here's the educated, here's the rich, here's the leaders, here's the rulers in this time, in Jesus' days, with the Son of Man, the Son of God, sitting right in front of them, talking to them, and they don't realize who it is. But yet a lot of the people understood that when John the Baptist came, that he was a prophet from God. But those leaders didn't. Matter of fact, they didn't even recognize God standing right in front of them. So I guess the moral of the day is, don't be like those leaders and scholars and rulers, right? Don't let your preconceived ideals of God get in the way of God doing what God wants to do in your life. Now, they were doing what they thought was right? They were trying to live a godly life, these rulers and these leaders, right? They're putting all these traditions in and these things in so they wouldn't transgress God's law. But at some point along the road, the things that they were doing not to transgress God's law became more important than God's law. And oh, by the way, God himself. Because God's standing right in front of them. But because of their preconceived ideals of God, they couldn't see him. Let that sink in for a moment. Now, what are your preconceived ideals? And are they getting in the way of God actually talking to you, moving in you, moving through you, and moving you? Yeah, that's a lot this morning. Let that sink in just for a second more. Yeah. Your preconceived ideals of God can actually keep you from God. Your upbringing, your training, all this stuff that is ingrained in you that is not biblical, but it's your understanding of what the Bible is saying is getting in your way of the Bible actually speaking to you. Yeah, I said that. Your understanding of the Bible is getting in the way of the Bible speaking to you. See, God is trying to speak to you through the Word. That's why I want your face in the Word all the time. But a lot of us let our preconceived ideals and our notions about what we believe God is or who God is or what the Word says get in the way of the Word actually transforming our hearts and minds, because it's all about transforming our hearts and minds to be like Christ. Now, don't let your preconceived ideals get in your way of your relationship with God or what God is trying to say to you through the Word. Now, go get your face in the Bible.